You'd be forgiven for thinking that this small village in the middle of Northamptonshire, 4 miles northwest of Kettering, doesn't really have much to offer, or much in the terms of history. But between the years of 1943 and 1945, this was probably one of the most busiest villages in the area. As just outside the village, there was an old US Air Force base called Grafton Underwood. RAF Grafton Underwood was utilised by the 384th Bombardment Group, which flew over 300 sorties deep into Europe and into Germany with B-17 Flying Fortresses. During its time being used by the United States, it was known as the USAAF Station 106. The airfield was first opened in 1941 and was utilised by the RAF using B-24 Liberators. In 1942, they had to lengthen the original runways from 1,600 to 2,000 yards and 1,100 to 1,400 yards, as they were not suitable for the soon-to-be arriving B-17 Flying Fortresses. After the war, the airfield was handed back and was put under the command of the 236th Maintenance Unit, which employed over 200 civilian drivers and mechanics. Monthly auctions were to be held where the public could buy Air Ministry vehicles. This was ended in 1959, where on the 1st of February the airfield was finally declared surplus and closed down for good. After military control was relinquished, it went back to being used for agriculture. There are still some of the old buildings remaining, though they are in varying conditions. The other tale of a former airfield being situated on the site are the avenue of trees, which were grown in memory of two of the colonels that were at the airbase. Colonel William E. Dolan Memorial Avenue, which runs along runway 12 to 30, and Colonel Bud J. Pesley Memorial Avenue, which runs across runway 6 to 24. A granite monument is in place in memoriam of the 384th and its 4 separate squadrons, these being the 544th, the 535th, the 546th and the 547th. On the back of this monument states, "The first and last bombs dropped by the 8th Air Force were from airplanes flying from Grafton Underwood."